Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Adiar back with another Herosiege video for you for Season 6. This is going to be a quick one, a little bit more condensed, a little bit shorter, going over the Codex system for you. Codexes, for a very simple definition, are something that allow you to add and build and customize your own satanic zone for a specified location for a specified duration. For a Codex, let me just go ahead. I have a couple in my inventory I just want to show you. First and foremost, let's show you what they look like on the ground and on the map so you know what to be looking for. All right, so it will drop, it will say Eternity Codex, and it will have a number that will show you the amount of sockets that it has located on it. And then on the mini map, let me move the followers just so you can get a better view of that. It looks kind of like a gray, to me it looks like either a gray block or like a gray map with a red writing on it. But that is going to be the icon for your codexes. All right, let's go ahead and move that off of here and pick that up. Codexes only drop starting in Hell 5, and they have a random number of sockets on them. These sockets can be filled with different orbs that you find throughout your gameplay. They will be found in the same tab as your runes and your jewels, and if you hit the sort tab, they will be at the end. So you can see here we've got things like Orb of Wisdom, which will give you magic skill damage. We've got Orb of Doom, 1% chance for a monster to respawn as Legion. There's all kinds of different ones. On your codexes, again, you have multiple sockets. You can place any orb into a socket. So for example, I can take this 3 socket here and place 3 of these into it. Okay. And now I'm getting the full combination of those orbs. Each of these orbs is going to provide 10% increased gold for that area. And now that you see I have 3 of them in here, it is giving me gold from monster kills increased by 30%. You can roll mods like this naturally. So for example, this one with no orbs in it has increased codex drop rate, and it also has a loot increase on it. Looking at the codexes, let's just go over some of the specific things. Okay, so first and foremost, you can have up to 5 sockets. 5 sockets are very, very desirable. These are what you're going to be, what people are going to be using to do their goblin farming. The better the zone and the better the duration on that, the more you can sell these for. Then you've got 4 sockets, 3 sockets, 2 sockets, 1 sockets. There's a couple of things you should take note of here. First off is going to be the zone. If your zone is good or your zone has a very good dungeon, it will generally be worth more. The duration is also going to be something you want. Typically you want like 50, 60, 70 minutes. Anything under 60 minutes is probably not going to be worth as much. 50 minutes would probably be the absolute cutoff for me. I don't think I would touch a codex that's 50 minutes, at least not for the 5 sockets, because setting up the 5 socket is a little bit expensive. I will go over some of the pricing on this toward the end of the video, just so you can see and get a feel for that. All right, now, before we get into the rest of the video, if you could, go ahead and throw a like on the video if this is providing you with some information that you're enjoying. And if you're really enjoying the video and would like to support me, please throw a sub at the channel. We're working our way toward our first 1,000 subscribers for this channel, and we're so close. We've already passed the 900 subscriber mark, thanks to you guys with the Herosiege videos, and I truly appreciate it. So thank you. And if I'm giving you any type of enjoyment or entertainment, maybe throw some support the way. Enjoy the video. Here, we've went ahead and we just thrown in some random orbs, and we've made this codex. Let me go ahead and just show you the current screen here. So right now we have the natural satanic zone is Fuji Coast. If I take this right here and I right click it, it will apply a buff to my character. You see that? And it says Eternity Codex, Satanic Zone, Mount Fuji, and it puts a timer up here. I can vote reset as much as I want while that timer is there and not have a problem. If you save and exit the game or leave the game in any actual way, you will lose your buff. Be aware of that. All right, but now we have the buff. So let's go ahead and pull this up, and you can see Mount Fuji is now a satanic zone for me. Let me go ahead and pop over there, and just so you can see that the mod is currently active. All right, so this is the Mount Fuji zone. As you can see, we have our 30% increase in kills, gold from monsters, and then we've got some random downsides as well. You will always get random downsides. It's always going to happen, just like any other satanic zone. Your buffs will always your buffs will always be what you put on the codex. So you don't have to worry about that. Building out your codexes, there are a couple of rune words that are available to codexes, and if you go into your journal, you can see those. So let's go ahead and remove everything else just to show you the rune words here. We have Spelunker, we have Relic Feast, and we have Goblin Horde. Goblin Horde is what you see a lot of people farming in the end game. You'll see a lot of people offering rotations with a buy-in here. So like they'll either want gold or they may want Doom Orbs in place of the gold buy-in. And this one, typically you want a long duration, because this is the one where you just, this is the one specifically where you just fan out, you kill as many of the goblins as you can find, and you just reset over and over and over. And this is how people are farming large amounts of heroics and angelics in hell difficulty before they can do Garrus farming in Inferno difficulty. And you can also do Goblin Hordes in Inferno if you want. These are great. I think we did one just a little bit ago. Unfortunately, we did crash and lose it, but we did get the first 30 minutes of it. And across the 4 people that were in the Codex, we found something like 60 heroics and an angelic. So pretty nutty. We do have increased rates in the blood plaque, so it won't be that crazy on the normal trade league, but it is a very, very good source of income. And for the most part, whatever your buying is on a goblin rotation specifically, you'll pretty much make that back. And then some. And then we've got one here. I've never seen anybody use this one at all. This one sometimes you can use if you're looking for relics and you're not really getting a good relic zone. And I can show you how to make that here. When you pull up the codex, let me just pull that back up for you one more time. Just like any other rune word in the game, you have to put the orbs in order. So for the relic feats, which is what I'm going to make, your order is going to be wisdom, treasure, relic, and heroism. And that needs to go into a 4-socket codex like this one. Actually, let me grab, we've got a trash 4-socket codex, I'm pretty sure. I don't want to waste that one. I actually want to use that one for something else. Hopefully our blood pack stash is free. All right, so we've gone ahead and gotten a pretty trash 4-socket codex that nobody's really going to run, so I don't mind using it here. Just to showcase how this is going to work. So in our journal, once again, let's just double check what we have for the codex. Codex of Relic Feast. In order is going to be an Orb of Wisdom, Orb of Treasure, Orb of Relic, and then Orb of Heroism. You have to put these items in this order or you will not get your special codex. Just be aware of that. Let's see. So Wisdom, number 1. Treasure, number 2. Relic, number 3. You can see it before. And then the last one. You see how that now has changed and it says Codex of Relic Feast. That means that you did put that into the right thing. And now we have all the mods listed there. So we have the item, the heroic item drop chance, the magic skill damage. We got the special mod at the end, which is 2% chance to drop a relic on any monster kill. That's going to be on top of the relic chance you get when you kill any type of ancient monster. So just be aware that you do need to put your orbs in order for your codexes to be crafted. Speaking of crafting codexes, you can craft codexes at the crafting station. Let me pull that up for you here. Eternity Codex. All right, so you're going to need 30 of this right here, which is the Greater Unstable Dust. You acquire this by going to the unstable rifts that you can find through zones and just killing all the monsters there. On top of that, you'll need different types of ore and a couple of other things here. So you need like gold and some jade, some terethium. But you can craft codexes. They will be random, of course, just like if they had dropped. So the zone will be random, the duration will be random, and the number of sockets will also be random on these codexes. Okay. You can bring in additional players. I've been told that 4 is a little bit unstable, but 3 is the most stable. But most of the people that I know run codexes with 4 people. So do with that information what you will. Past that, let's go ahead. I'm going to hop into the trade league just so I can show you some of the pricing on this stuff. Just so you can get a good estimation of what's going on here. Alrighty, so we are now in trade. Let me just go ahead and show you a couple of things going on here. As I mentioned, the Orb of Doom is typically the most expensive. And you need 2 of these to make the Goblin Codexes. Let's go ahead and see how much those are currently running right now. A Orb of Doom is 7.7 million. You need 2 of those for the Goblin Codex. What else do you need for that Codex? I don't remember all of them off the top of my head. You need Angel, Midas, and Gladiator. Let me go ahead and show you the prices on those as well. Orb of Angel. $4 million. And then the other ones are not going to be as expensive. The other ones are not going to be as expensive. Doom and Angel tend to be the most expensive parts of crafting that codex. Yeah, so you can see Orb of Gladiator here, only 150,000. There are ways that you can improve your drop chance of finding these orbs while you are farming. You can use a glyph of Artisan, which I will showcase right here. And if you need more information on glyphs and how those work and how to farm them, I have a video that I will post a link in the pinned comment down below, just so you need that information. All right, now let's go over the actual codexes themselves, because I did say codexes themselves also hold value. So let me go ahead and just show you a Eternity Codex. And we're going to look for 5 sockets specifically, right? We're only going to look for the 5 sockets because those are going to be the most valuable. All right, so the cheapest 5-socket codex is 850,000 gold. It is 23 minutes in Glacial Traer. You're probably never going to want to use that. Let's see how much the very first 60-minute 5-socket codex is going to cost us. So let's just keep scrolling. We're looking for the very first 60-minute 5-socket codex. And we're just going to see how long it takes us to get there. We're hitting some 40s finally. We haven't seen a 50 yet. Still haven't seen a 50 yet. We've seen some high 40s. We've seen up to 49 so far. There we go. 60 million. Forgotten Caves, 10 million gold. And that is the very first 60-minute we saw. Let's see what the very first 70-minute. Very first 70-minute is Highland Graveyard, 12 million gold. And these numbers just tend to go up. As you can see, there's not too many in the 60 or 70 range that is that cheap. Now we're getting into the 15 millions. We're starting to see some of the 60s. There we go. We've got a Glacial Traer, 78 minutes for 5 sockets, 15 million gold. All right, so just be aware that your codexes are worth money. And there is one other way that you can actually acquire a 5-socket codex. Let me pop back over into my BP character and I will show you how that's done. Alrighty, so this is one other thing that you can do with your codexes. If you have this item here, which is called a Satanic Crystal, you get Satanic Crystals by prospecting down trash Satanics and set items for Satanic Crystal fragments. And then once you have 500, you can come over here and craft this Satanic Crystal. These can be applied to different items, including your codexes, and they have the possibility of adding a socket. They can also completely nuke your codexes, so do be aware of that. I'm going to take this 4-socket one here. It is a 79-minute codex, 4-socket. I'm doing this one because if we get this 5-socket, that's amazing. 79 minutes is astronomically good. Highland Mines is also pretty good, and it also has a dungeon, which is also nice. So we're going to go ahead and just apply our Satanic Crystal. We're praying for a socket here. It could also just completely nuke this. So 3, 2, 1, go. We did not get a socket. Let's see what we got. Yikes. So as you saw, it did nuke it. We just lost 60 minutes on the duration. It went from 79 to 19. That is a risk you just have to take, and you have to decide if that risk is worth it for you. You can always just run your 4-socket codexes, or you could sell them or do all types of different things. It is really up to you. If you need any more information, please go ahead and feel free to drop a comment below, and I will be more than happy to give you that information that if I didn't cover it here. If you need glyph information, I've got that video in the pinned comment. And let me know what you would like a video on. I'm trying to make these videos to help people. So let me know what you the most help with, and I will be sure to try to get something out for you. Thank you for your time, and I appreciate you for watching. Bye-bye.